Amy Johnson, who worked for a living and had to get a second-hand aeroplane and sponsorship, and a small dream started to take form that if she could achieve it, then maybe one day I could emulate her. It is hard to imagine today that she just drew a line on the map and set off. There was no airspace or air traffic control to contend with, and Amy landed in everything from airports to sports fields, which, if you did today, your licence would be ripped up. Amy said, "My plan is a simple one. Cross Europe in a straight line through Belgium, Austria-Hungary to Constantinople, and then Syria, then following Bert Hinkler's record-breaking route, onwards to Australia. Final destination, Darwin, in 13 days. I will beat his record, his 15-day effort. I'm certain of it. Why not this 26-year-old woman?" May the 5th, 1930. I circled this date after I'd whispered my plans to a journalist, and he shared them with the world, so there was no going back. Once I secured the support of Mr. Charles Wakefield, of Wakefield Castrol Oil, my plans moved at breakneck speed. Yet I never expected this day to actually arrive. The best day. And why this day? The perfect time to commence the journey in order to keep ahead of the monsoon season. No weather will wreck my plans, or my plane. Jason will be with me every step of the way. My Jason, my second-hand biplane, a de Havilland gypsy moth, a bottle green body with silver grey wings. He's had more time in the air than I've ever had. My darling, he knows the sky more than me. He is my home, my second skin for the next 2 weeks. Of course, her flight took her close to death several times, and is an extraordinary account of true grit and determination. Amy made it in 20 days, after numerous crash landings and rebuildings of Jason. When Amy landed in Darwin, Australia, she made history as the first woman to fly from the UK to Australia solo, paving the way for adventure pilots like myself to dare to dream big. She continued flying and was tragically killed ferrying an aeroplane during World War II in the ATA. Amy Johnson's other achievements. 1931. London to Moscow in 1 day, then on to Japan with Jack Humphreys. 1932. Broke the London to Cape Town record set by Jim Mollison. 1933. With Mollison, flew to America with an arrival. 1934. With Mollison, in an air race from England to Australia, but had to retire due to engine problems in India. 1936. Last record, London to Cape Town, in a Percival Gull 6. Chapter 1. The Dream. Climbing into an open cockpit Tiger Moth biplane with my heavy winter sheepskin coat on is unglamorous at the best of times. It is May, but still cold, typical English weather, even with my life jacket over the top, just in case. The procedure is done in front of the press cameras, gathered family and friends, whilst trying to capture my best angle. Before I start on the adventure, though, I have a question for you. The listener, have you ever had a dream? Yes, of course, you have had many, probably. If you dared to share those dreams with people, did they then tell you you were stupid and people like you don't make their dreams come true? Well, I am here to tell you, people like you and me do achieve the impossible. I am really an ordinary person that has done an extraordinary thing. I promise you, there is no magic to me. Blood, sweat, and tears is what made this adventure happen. Starting a vintage aeroplane is never easy either. With the cameras and an audience, Axon of course wants to have extra attention on her. Authentic tiger moths are started by hand-swinging the propeller, so when you start flying tigers, you have to become a swinger. When I fly solo from now on, I will have to hand-start my dear Axon myself, making absolutely sure that the chocks are in. However, today Wiggy is here to start me off, reminiscing that this is how we met. Finally strapped into the tiny cockpit, it all feels and smells so familiar.